Okay, you have your NFL Week 8 power rankings. So at number 10, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Their first time on this list. They're coming off a great win over the Chargers. While their offense this season, the Seattle have been such a big surprise. Their offense with Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker have been really great. Kenneth Walker, especially the last 3 weeks. And their defense, they have two really good cornerbacks. And their defensive line could be better, and so could their linebackers. But overall, they've been really surprising, especially with a great offense. And I think right now they're 4-3 and they're leading the NFC West. So I think they deserve a top 10 spot, especially how they played the last 2 weeks. Then number 9, I have the Dallas Cowboys up a spot. Not the greatest game against the Lions. The first half, their offense couldn't get going, but their defense has been great. Pretty much throughout the season, their defense has probably been top five. Trevon Diggs, Micah Parsons have been great. The Cowboys have a great defense. The offense, on the other hand, Dak Prescott wasn't great. He didn't really make any mistakes. He was like Cooper Rush. He had a good few moments, good couple bad ones. He was just efficient, didn't make many mistakes, and helped the Cowboys defense. And Cowboys, they have a good defense, but the offense really has to get going if they want to be in part of the elite teams. And then number 8, after New York Jets, no movement. They got a win over the Broncos. It wasn't a pretty win, and it probably wasn't worth it as they lost Brees Hall, who was carrying their offense for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And it was not a pretty game. Their defense did well, great again. Like I said, I think the Jets are a defensive team right now, and their defense has been great this season. Their offense, Zach Wilson was not great, and their offense in general has not been great this year. Their offense is capable, but against a higher scoring offense, or if their defense just chokes, I don't think the Jets' offense can um, keep them alive. Okay, and then you have number 7. I have the Cincinnati Bengals up 2 spots. A great win over Atlanta. Their offense played great. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase played great, and overall, and their defense also had a good game. And overall, it's just a great game by the Bengals. Their offense finally looked a lot better. Um, Jamar Chase, like I said, and Joe Burrow had a great game. And it was just an overall great blowout win for the Bengals. And number 6, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Another very close game where they almost choked it away against the Browns. Definitely an ugly game. Lamar Jackson didn't have the best game. Gus Edwards did have 2 touchdowns, but their defense played great, and it was definitely an ugly game for the Ravens. But they still got the win. And they did not choke in the fourth quarter, which is an accomplishment on itself. And I don't think the Ravens after that win should move up. I don't think they should move down either. And number 5, I have the Minnesota Vikings. They're on bye, so they didn't play a game. Number 4, I have the New York Giants come off a win against the Jaguars. Giants just keep on winning with chaos, and almost that close to losing, about a foot close to losing. And Giants, like I said, another very close game even against the Jaguars. In the fourth quarter they pulled it together and got the win. And that's just the Giants' way. I'm not sure if it's sustainable going into the fourth quarter behind and then having to fight back in the fourth quarter. But the Giants seem to get it done and get a touchdown, even without a lot of skill players or much talent. But they just keep on winning. And then number 3, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. A great win over San Francisco. San Francisco had a great defense, but Kansas City, with all their wide receivers, Patrick Mahomes, they just went right through that San Francisco defense. And their offense did start out a little bit slow, but near the end they were dominating. And the Kansas City Chiefs defense also did a pretty good job, only allowing less than 30 points against the Niners, and just a good overall job. Good blowout for the Chiefs. Not much really to say. It looked like a classic Chiefs win. And you have the Buffalo Bills. They were also on a bye. And yeah. And the teams that dropped out, the LA Chargers. Chargers, that was not a good win. That was not a good loss against the Seahawks. The offense never really got going. They had a 17 nothing hole, and the Chargers do have a lot of injuries. Like right now, Keenan Allen is injured. Mike Williams, I think, got injured, and a couple of the defensive stars got injured. Even without them, Justin Herbert and Mike Williams themselves should put up more points than they did. Their defense should be playing better. They've been a real disappointment this year. The number 1 team, I still have the Philadelphia Eagles, who was on a bye. So there you have my NFL Week 8 power ranking.